Well, hey YouTube, Petey Twofinger here with the third video I made today. This one has the final reference track, so I showed the new song, the drum track. My wife, Gopti, learned it on her bass, and what we did, I played the guitar with the bass and along with the MP3, and we had the audio for the whole mix of the band, me and her with the drums, piped right into the computer, and we recorded that. So this is the first night we played it. We just learned it. I just wrote it today. There's 3 videos showing how I put it together this morning when I could barely play it. I figured it out and kind of recorded myself playing it as a reference. And then I had some breakfast, and then I worked the drums. And once those drums were done, I played along with the drums for reference. It all has to line up when the chord changes, and it's hard to remember that for me unless I write it down or have a recording. The recording is really the easiest way to have a reference. So I took that recording where I had the drums and the guitar, and I played that over and over with my wife, and she sat here with her bass and figured out the bass part. So once she got good at it and wrote it and got good at it, and I'm playing along, then we set up the recorder on the computer to record a 2-track stereo mix of what's coming directly off the mixing board. So that's the MP3 player playing the drums that I put together earlier today, me playing guitar, and her playing bass. So that's what you're going to hear. It's called Old Number 57. Today was 5/7 when I wrote this. Like I said, there's 3 videos. The first one, I wake up and I've got an idea, so I play it and I film myself playing that, and that's kind of the genesis or the seed of the song. The second one, I got the drums. The third one is the final reference track, where we have a fully fleshed out bass track, guitar, and the drums. And what you have to consider is this is the first time we're playing it, so we haven't really learned it. We're not like super talented players where we can just play something once and play it incredibly great. We need to kind of play it for a while, and then we get better and better, work the bugs out of it, and we may even go back and change that drum track, that MP3. It's neat. We have an MP3 player with the play, pause, fast forward, and rewind we have on foot switches. So we, as a guitar player, you got your hands full. So she runs the foot switches. She can hit play, and then you'll hear a series of clicks, click, 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 and then to come in. So I assemble all those clicks, or whatever. It'll be an 8 count. Maybe I'll use cymbals. The one song we have hand clapping. So I had went through my folder called Original Music, and I had counted up to see how many songs have I written in my life. And the number in the folder is 396. So that's pretty much close. I mean, there might be a few. Like, I remember Curiosity Killed the Cat. I didn't count that one. There's a cassette of that somewhere, but we're sticking with 396. And I have to say, a lot of them, a huge portion of those don't have words, and a lot of them are just A B, like 2-part, like 1 part and then a B, another part, over and over. It's not like, oh, there's an intro, a pre-chorus, a bridge, a verse, like complicated, like a fully flushed out pop song. So I need to be clear, but I'm still proud of my accomplishment, and I think that's okay for me to say that. So the reference track idea is just like me playing along with it so I don't forget later. Or rewind that. Later, when I do forget, if I recorded myself playing along with it when I put it all together, I'll have that as a reference to remind myself what to play and when. So this morning I shot a video of myself putting this thing together. I could barely play it. It was just a shell of an idea. Then I wrote the drums, And I had those finished, so I figured, well, I might as well film myself playing it and have that reference track. So we took that, and I played that over and over, and my wife sat here with her bass and taught herself the bass line for it using that first reference track. Once we were comfortable with playing through it without too many mistakes, we hooked a feed from our mixing board directly into the computer USB. So what you get is a 2-track recording, is what you're going to hear. And it's the drum track, my wife playing bass, and me playing the guitar. And again, it's the first night we ever played it, so it's not some super inspired performance where we really flourish it and know what to do. We're barely scraping through it. But it's good enough to be a reference track. And normally I wouldn't share this with anyone, but today I'm making videos on how I use this technology to bring this music to you. So typically what would happen at this point is this would go on our set list, and we would practice it every day or every other day, and then the next time we were going to film ourselves playing live, we would have a couple of takes, and maybe one of them would have not too many mistakes, and then I would put that up on the YouTube. So yeah, 396, that was the other day, and then I wrote one yesterday called Please Stop Thanks. And yesterday I wrote that, I put the drums together, and then we learned it. And today, when we were going through the process of recording this one, I said, let's record that one from yesterday too. So there's 2 songs for you to check out on this video coming up. The first one is Please Stop Thanks, and I shouldn't really talk about it, but when I woke up, somebody kind of famous got mad at me and messaged me, and I really don't want to get into detail, but please stop thanks were 3 of the words from the message they sent me. You're a famous person. Does that mean that you're a really good person, or does it mean that you're still a flawed human being? And that's the lesson that I took away from it. But at the same time, I felt terrible. I felt this big. I still do. I felt like I did something really wrong. I wish I could take it back. In the first place, what I was trying to do is, like, it's nothing on me. Like, it's not a self-serving thing at all. At all. It's benefiting someone else. So anyway, yeah, let's check it out. You guys want to hear some music? I'm going to turn it over, and you can check out the rest of the video. Is just going to be text, and you can check out the music. I put up some, what do you call it, graphics of text. So enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Hopefully the next concert is going to be really fun. We've got some of our old tunes, and then the sneak preview is these 2 songs I'm guessing are going to be on there.